Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Nioh Way of the Strong. So today, I haven't even saw what's Blessed Village and the Bleeding Spider Lily. That's fine, I have no problem doing either one of those, but I'm not doing that today. I just got on, I literally have not done anything, I just loaded up the game, and I figured I might as well see how this worked, because I think this just ended. Yes it did, judging by the date up there. How'd it do? Oh yeah, you're still calculating. Damn it. I was hoping I could... Oh, you... Seriously? 25? That's it? Come on, man. Oh, that's so dirty. What? Okay, if you're still calculating, can you at least tell me where I was last week? I went down to 7. Good God. You guys must have no-lifed it yesterday. God almighty. I was ahead by like 200,000 glory yesterday in the 5th place. Bastards. Well, either way, that's not a small accomplishment in the Toto clan. We're only the size 3 strong, surrounded by groups 4 and 5 strong, so I don't feel too bad only being 7th in the Toto clan. I'm a little pissed that I only got 25 bonus to life, when I thought it was going to be 30, but whatever. Must be like, because I haven't been in the clan that long. I've only been in there 13 days, I guess is why. Damn it. Still, it's just one of those, I no-lifed it for like half the week last week. And by no-life it, I mean I played for like any time I wasn't sleeping, eating, or working. That's what I mean when I say I no-lifed it. I'm up to 6,700 HP. I'm a little sad by that. I was hoping for 7,000 at least. And you might notice I have different weapons out. Yeah, you remember what I said last time? About how I got some stuff with the weight reduction and inheritance and all that stuff. Yeah, I've made use of that. I'm wearing full obsidian armor now. My toughness is about 100 less because I'm not using the warrior monk hood. I'm a little sad at that, but I think 352 toughness is fine. It's good enough. I actually have higher damage reduction now by like 2%, so I guess that kind of makes up for it, but I'm more than okay with that considering I can use my dual swords again. I have actually the build I want. I can have dual swords again. Sweet. I mean, I like the katana. I really do. But I always like dual katanas more. So I'm thinking about getting rid of the parry, but I don't know because that's kind of what it's good for. The low attack key reduction. I don't know if I need that agility damage bonus. I don't know if I should try and re-roll that for something better. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with that as it is right now. Now, if you haven't taken my advice, which hopefully you have by this point, and gotten some the inheritables from the one place, I can just show you what I mean by that. If I go to my... I realize I'm rambling here for like 2 minutes straight. My storehouse is full of weapons that either have... Why is that here? I don't know why that's here. Where the hell are they? Change to attack dexterity. In case one day I ever do want to use like a dexterity build, I figured throw that in there. Dexterity, dexterity, stamina, change to attack stamina, all inheritables. So, while that's not optimal, like if I get something, you can usually roll some kind of close combat damage. But I also have a lot of close combat damage rolls. So I'm kind of fit for almost any kind of situation and down in the future with weapons. Change to attack strength, that's not inheritable. Why do I have those? I guess in case I wanted to use it. Well, damn, oh, that's inheritable. I guess I want to use an Adachi. That's the Adachi you want to do the soul matching with. I don't know why I'm showing all this, but I just, you know, what I've been having, or what I deemed was good enough. Anyway, before we go, I'm going to change my Onmyo magic, because I don't need lightning. We're going to need fire where we're going. Always better to try and min-max where you can. Makes sense. I don't need sloth, but I'm not going to use it anyway, but it's too much work right now. Anyway, we're going to Falling Snow because, well, we haven't been here yet in this series, I'm pretty sure. Last time we went to Shikisen Castle, so we're going here. Don't really need divine items, but hell, I gotta get rid of these somehow. I said, you don't really need divine items, what the hell? Yeah, I don't really need them. All my armor's like almost plus 10, and my weapons are almost plus 10 by this point. Good God, you're not even through the 3rd area yet. Yeah, I know. I was plus 10 before I was through the 1st area. I don't think that's ever supposed to happen, but I guess Team Ninja didn't count on me playing this. Otherwise, I would have made it plus 20 the first time instead of adding that through the DLC. I don't know. Okay, salt. A lot of people are salty over that thing I mentioned last time. Now, the one thing I'm not so sure about is if you notice that thing on the top left, I don't know what that means. I think that has something to do with... Where was it? Bonus for absorbing Amrita. Grants the specified bonus when you absorb it. I don't know. It boosts the Amrita gauge. So I guess that means every time you absorb Amrita, it boosts the amount of your living weapon gauge increases. I don't know exactly what that means. That sounds like that's what that means, but I don't know that. I haven't used dual swords in so long. Oh man, that's a lot of damage for dual swords. Low stance sucks. I don't think it does. I've heard people say low stance sucks. I think it has its uses. Middle stance does do more. Let's see how much more damage that does, but it's not nearly as fast. Like if I'm using dual swords, I want to be fast. I mean, that's not as fast of an attack right there. It does a little more damage. I'll give you that one, but I don't know. I guess I was like, if I'm going to use fast weapons, I want to be as fast as I can get. That's just me. You know, all in. Get, you know, shit or get off the pot kind of thing going on. Not exactly the good timing because I just really screwed that up, but it still worked pretty well. I don't need that. I guess I could just sell it. So take that. This simile is not going to do much anyway. Yeah, let's just show this off because I've gotten pretty decent at, well, I've gotten pretty decent fighting these things. That's not a difficult parry. If I can say that's not a difficult way to parry, yeah, it's not difficult to parry because I suck at parrying in game. The only thing is you can't really parry, or at least I can't seem to parry, the Skeleton Warriors, like ever, with this thing. With the regular katana, it's easy to parry Skeleton Warriors. With these things, it's, oh my god, I'm bordering on saying it's impossible. I don't think it is, but it seems like it's impossible. Doesn't matter if it's a spear user, a sword user, if it's a skeleton warrior, I cannot parry it with the strike. I don't know why. I just can't do it. Or at least I can't do it. I don't know if it is possible, but I can't do it. So obviously that means it's impossible, right? You're going to be all end-all authority on Nioh, of course, so you know, whatever you say goes. That is sarcasm, by the way, in case someone thinks I'm actually being serious. Oh boy, well this should be doable. It's just an on-Yudo. Said like hardly anyone in Nioh ever. At least if the general population acts like the population in random co-op, whenever an on-Yudo pops up, they go running back to daddy, going, "Oh God, save me." Never mind the fact that say we're in like the evil in the ether. If anybody remembers that, like it's the map with like the Twilight mission of the Ishida Mitsunari boss battle on the Mount Ibuki map. You know that one where there's like multiple pathways through the same area? You remember the area with like the Raven Tengu on the narrow little ledge? Right, you remember that? I can't tell you how many times I enter the cave before them. Excuse me, I go to the right. Or left, excuse me. I go to the left, basically saying, let's not go and fight the Raven Tengu on that little, you know, platform. Let's go and fight the Skeleton Warrior and the Amrita Fiend upon in the little cave area, because that's much easier. And people just go, "Nar," and just run right into the Raven Tengu. So I go, damn it. I have to try and catch up to them, right? Because I'm trying to be a decent co-op partner, trying to keep them alive, even through their own stupidity. Okay, we're doing pretty good. The Raven Tengu's dead, and they fell off. It's just so annoying. Like, you try and do everything you can for them, and then they just find a way to die. I rag on people a lot in random, but oh my god, it's like it shouldn't even be. It's not even funny at this point. Like I've seen people die to dwellers. You don't die to dwellers. If you've gotten a New Game Plus, you don't die to dwellers, unless there's like 5 things. Okay, that's understandable. But I'm talking like a solo dweller. Have you ever seen anybody die with Oni B? I have. I'm not talking like a swarm of them. I'm talking one Oni B. You know the little floating heads that spit like fire or electric or whatever, like every 5 seconds? Yeah, I've seen a host of New Game Plus die to an Oni B. To be fair, he was trying to kill a Biwaboku player, so it was summoning more. I think by the end there's like 2, but still he died to him. That was during the, oh crap, what map was that? The Good and the Bad, I think is what it's called. Excuse me. Also, I didn't even know you could headshot these things. This just makes them trivial. You can totally headshot those things. I had no idea about that. I learned that from Conceived Sorrow while I was co-oping with him. That just makes a complete joke. But that was during the good and the bad, was like the White Tiger Twilight or whatever. And during one of the squares, there's like a big Amrita crystal with 2 Amrita fiends and a Biwaboku player behind it, so you can't really see them. I decided to try and take down the 2 Amrita fiends. You know, try and get rid of the big threats. I see him run behind the crystal. I'm like, okay, he's probably just going to kill the Biwaboku player. Maybe he's going to destroy the crystal and then we'll be done. I see his health bar in the top left, steadily going down. I'm like, what the hell? Is it like a revenant? Is he fighting a revenant over there? I keep seeing his health being chipped away little by little until he just kind of dies. I'm like, what? So after I realize I can't kill the Amrita fiends because he's dead, I go over there and I see Oni B. I see no revenant in sight. So next to his dead body, and then I leave, of course. But what the hell is this? How'd you die to that? I don't understand it. The logistics behind such a thing. Like if it was a revenant Oni B, okay, I get that. That's more than understandable. Okay, I personally probably don't think I'd have much problems with it, but I say that now, maybe I would. But he was wearing, you want to guess what armor type he was wearing? I'll give you 2 guesses. The first one won't count. It wasn't medium armor. If you said heavy armor, shame on you. You should know that we don't die to that kind of stuff unless, well, I mean, I guess heavy armor users could die to that, but majority of us don't. It was a red demon user. As if it really needed to be said. Okay, I'll try and do this. I'll try. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was a pretty well-timed parry. Well, that was not a parry. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that should have been parried, but I can't parry those things. I don't know why. I cannot parry Skeleton Warriors. I don't know if it's an impossibility with this weapon type or what it is, but I can't do it. But yeah, the low stance on the dual swords, they don't do as much damage, but if you get behind them, it does nuts damage because it just, well, you get the 40% bonus damage. Even better if you use Rage beforehand. It gets even more nuts. So let's get into it. Put this theory into work. Come on, big guy. I mean, that's a lot of damage coming out, man. It's not as much as the axe, but I mean, what the hell is? Okay, now that was just silly. Bad targeting. Oh god. No, don't do this, you dick. Not like it's a big deal, but it's just kind of annoying, like, you dicks. Don't just sit there, I can't hit you from there. Okay, now seriously, I can't do anything. Just don't ram me, you son of a bitch. This is totally unnecessary, by the way. You don't have to come up here. I don't even know why I'm up here. It's just I'm on autopilot. This is the way I normally go through the level. But this is a Skeleton Warrior down here. I guess we can go with the dual swords. The other thing I've noticed is that a lot of people online, they really like one stance, whether that's low stance, high stance, or even mid stance. Normally it's high stance. Excuse me, is what I noticed. A lot of people love staying in high stance. Doesn't matter the weapon type. It could be a spear user, and all they will use normally is one move. Maybe it's a spear user in mid stance that only likes using the triangle button, that poke maneuver. It's a fine maneuver. I'm not a spear user a lot, so I don't know. Maybe that's like the best thing to use. I don't know. Whenever I try and use a weapon, I generally try and make use of every aspect of the weapon. This is apparently not how most people play the game, but a lot of people just find one thing they like and just go with it. Like that right there is like what a lot of people like, just using that. Whereas I try to use different stances, try and master all aspects of the weapon, or something like that. Some people will only use high stance. Some people will only use mid stance. Rarely, some people will only use low stance. It's rare, but I've seen it. I just don't understand it. Like, if you're using a weapon, wouldn't you want to have a little bit of variety in what you do with it? I mean, it's not like we have a ton of moves to begin with, is it? I mean, I don't know why I thought that was a corpse. I should know where all the corpses are in here, but I don't. There's one right here. Still, I'm just saying, it just seems like I don't know, seems a little weird that people would just, like, pigeonhole themselves into one particular stance in one weapon. I think I can actually do this in a smarter way. Maybe not. Yes, I can. Let's do this a smarter way. I guess this isn't really a smarter way. This is just a different way of going about it. Do something. Preferably not that one thing in particular, but it will work. You dick. You time that in the... You dickhole, I will kill you for that. There is no mercy shown for that. It's like just annoying for the sake of being annoying. Still not really dangerous. I mean, I know why they put it there. He has artillery, so you can't just wait and, you know, do things the safe way. They want to make you sweat a little bit, but it's like they time their attacks only when the other guy's in danger. They don't ever shoot the arrows before or after, only right when it's least advantageous for you. And the reason I said let's do this a smarter way is you can actually, well, you can actually do that. You can apparently just skip this battle. I'm not going to, but apparently you can do that. Because I don't need to, but if you're having trouble with on-Yudos here, I guess you can just skip this battle. But I don't really need to do that, so there's no point in me doing so. More Amrita and more loot. Not really good loot, but it's more loot. There we go, Armor Crusher Axe. Maybe today I can finally get my swords to +10. This is like a pet project of mine, getting both weapons to +10. It's not really needed, but maybe I can do it. Just for the sake of doing it. Oh god, this could be messy. Okay, no it won't. You know, I haven't used these on a one I don't need in a while. Let's try doing this. You fatty. Your foot was in the way. I mean, this is really just finesse. This is about as finesse as I get. Tons of numbers just going up on the enemy's buttocks. Not big numbers. It's either big numbers or lots of small numbers. That's what I like. One of the two. There's no in between. Because you know, back when I used to play like RPGs, I'm either always a dual wielder that does crap loads of small damage, or the big heavy two-hand guy that does shitloads of, you know, one big number. That's one of the two. Never anything different. I mean, I guess you could play other archetypes, but those are the two that appeal to me. Excuse me, I tend to get hit more when I use the dual swords, which is why I try and use the low stance so I can rack up the firm resolve, generally. Because having 50% damage reduction, or at least what feels like 50% damage reduction, is pretty good. It really is. Okay, well, going pretty well so far. Guess I can use this. Well, before I do that, let's destroy this. I guess I can use this shrine, excuse me. I just kind of skipped the second one. The second one was with the first on Yudo way back then. You remember like I don't know, 10 minutes ago, or I don't know, 8 minutes ago? Yeah, that one. There's like a thing to the right. I just didn't go in there. Why? Because it's not, I don't really need to. I didn't see a point to doing it. Now, I will show an area that I did not find my first time through here on camera, because, well, you might want to know where the hot spring is and where a Kodama is, so I will show you that after I open this door. It's not this way, this is the way to the boss. It's actually back this way. No, I'm trying to switch the weapons early. Didn't work. Just be a little safe about it. You think plus 9 dual swords would actually do more damage in the long run than the axe, but I think the axe does more damage actually. By sheer virtue of power. Also, you can kind of just do that. I mean, how can you compete with one swing doing 14,000 damage? It's hard to compete with that. I mean, I just did 25,000 damage in like a matter of a second and a half. That's a shortcut, by the way, not what I was talking about. The Kodama was actually through here. How'd you die? Yoki? Alright. Did not notice this. Of course, I didn't even notice that this thing could be broken. Like, of all people, you think you expect me to just break through crap like this. I didn't do that. He liked that. Alright. Anyway, the Kodama is to the right up here. There's an enemy in front of me, but it's not a big deal. Come on. Alright, there we go. Take care of him. Don't go up there yet, because that just leads you back to the boss door. The Kodama is actually right here. Underneath that. It's not here now, because I already got it, but it's right there. For anybody who maybe missed that Kodama, it's right there. I'm not showing where all the Kodama are, because I already passed like 6 of them. Maybe, probably actually 7 of them. Like their locations. The other thing a lot of people don't know about is this back here, because it's a little out of the way. Well, you know, I'm trying to show you where things I didn't show you the first time are. Trying to be a good guy here. This boss fight's actually going to be a little bit more difficult. And why do you say that? Excuse me, because normally, for the, I'd say a good 90% up to this point, I've always fought Yuki-Onna pretty easily the first phase. The second phase, I usually relied on getting far, far away, and then using a hand cannon to just burn her down, literally. Would have thought, I thought that hit her in the head, but this is more challenging this way anyway, so let's do it this way. If you're gonna turn your back to any one of them, I'd turn my back to the flying bolt personally, but I'm still getting hit. This is being a terrible fight. Oh well. Didn't really hurt, especially with the regen buff. I don't think you're supposed to say that in New Game Plus. Didn't hurt. I just like finding excuses to do that. That's a fun move. I don't know why. It's fun, but it is. I wish I found more times so I can find excuses to use the golf swing, but Yuki-Onna is not a fight where I want to try and line up one of these bad boys. Alright, that's not a move, that's not a boss I want to try and do that with. That's like a boss where you need your mobility. Otherwise you will die very quickly. I don't want to die quickly. I want to live. I mean, she kind of hurts in New Game Plus a little bit, I guess, if you get hit by her ice move, her ice, like, projectiles, I guess. But that's definitely a fight where I prefer my axe than I do my dual swords, which is funny considering what I just said. That you said mobility's king, but you use the axe. Yes. Yes, I do. They're not mutually exclusive in my mind. But I'm weird like that, apparently. Hey man, as long as your playstyle works for you, I'm not gonna crap all over. I just like the same currency, you know? Because a lot of people are like, that I've talked to that play this are like, how the hell do you use the axe? The axe is like the crappiest weapon ever. No, it's not. In fact, I argue it's one of the better weapons in the game. I think the crappiest weapon in the game, honestly, is like the spear. That's just me, though. Maybe it's because I suck with it. Kusarigama has like one OP skill that everybody uses. Like, only one. Like, the only thing, I've had people only use this one skill, and that's Blade Spin. I don't know why, if it does a crap load of damage. I've never skilled it. I don't know. But that's all anybody ever uses with it. Maybe it does shitloads of damage, but whenever I see people do it, it does like, what, 600 damage? I'm like, oh, Mr. Badass here. I don't know. I don't understand why people only spam one move. It's boring. To watch, to play, I'd imagine. I don't know. I don't understand it. Anyway, let's get ready and let's get going. This is gonna end really quickly. Well, I guess I already have Crusher anyway. It doesn't matter. Good God. I can just kind of eat it. Eat this. Good God. Oh, hell. Yeah, I realized what that was. Good God, that only did 200 damage. I guess I can try and do it with the dual swords. You can dodge that, by the way. It's not the most difficult thing in the world. Let's just get the damage reduction up. Why not? It's not like she can really hurt me. Not gonna hurt me. Yeah. Her moveset is not too bad. She does have a tail before her big dash grab. I didn't think she did. She does, in fact. You didn't know that. I don't know what it is. In the heat of battle, I can just tell when she's going to do it, though. I don't know how I can, but now I can know how to dodge it. I love that fight. It's fun. It's not too off the wall. A lot of people don't like that fight. It made a lot of people quit the game early in the game's lifespan. But this was the fight where I went, this is awesome. Yeah, this was one of the boss fights where I went, I'm gonna love this game. Where I knew I liked it already, but now I'm gonna love it.